So you do need to make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because every year GABS ends the same way, with a gigantic Bohemian Rhapsody sung by about 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Stick around for the end, it's quality.
Gotta love it.
We've got a bit of a channel going, interviewing all the brewers and the beer lovers here today. Do you guys want to jump in? Sure, let's go hassle him, why not? And I hear that if we want to talk beer, you're the man we need to hassle.
Oh man, if I had a voice, I'd talk to you. Pretty big weekend.
That's pretty fair enough. All right, if you had to just give one sentence, what's your favourite beer that you brought to the table tonight and why?
The Mocha Milk Stout, because we actually use the milk stout to make a sorbet, so kind of a spider.
Oh, nice. Are you guys serving a sorbet here tonight?
Yeah, you'll see we've got little tubs of it there.
That is awesome.
I reckon people drink beer, maybe drink half your beer down,
Yeah.
try a little bit of sorbet, and dunk it in the beer.
Beautiful. All right, we will do. Cheers, mate, and rest up that voice box. Oh no, someone call a taxi.
The first spill.
But to be honest, I'm sure it's definitely not the first spiller tonight.
First spill on the video.
Look, performance anxiety, we all get it, it's fine. From here it was something or something, that was an XPA, that was something, that was the milk chocolate stout, and this was the milk chocolate stout that has been turned into a sorbet. So more hints for what's coming next on our main beers.
Yeah.
All right, starting with the normal stuff, I guess. I think this is just a pale ale. Yeah, nice pale ale. Refreshing, crisp, a little bit citrusy, bit of herbal stuff coming through in the aftertaste. Not bad. Classic Australian kind of pale ale.
Easy.
Next one was the XPA.
Hold it up.
To be honest, drinks more like a pale ale to me than an XPA. It's only my opinion. The other XPAs that we had tonight, in particular the one from Bucketies, was extremely juicy. Or was it? Oh shit! Or was it
Sierra
Nevada? I can't remember which one it was.
We're losing track.
For the life of me, remember what this is. Oh, whoa! Maybe this was the XPA, because that is extremely juicy. Oh my god, that is like sweet orange juice. That's like sweet orange juice. Like,
yeah.
You know how you have like tart orange juice, like for breakfast juice, and then you got like the really sweet, almost artificial orange juice? That's what that is. That's that artificial, extremely sweet kind. That is extremely refreshing.
Nice.
That's nice.
That's pretty good.
So these are both the same thing. This is in beer form, and this is in sorbet form. So let's start with the beer form. Okay, sweet, dry finish, light on the body for a stout, creamy. Is that a nitro pour? That feels like a nitro pour. That has to be on nitro. That's nice, I like it, I like it. Now let's taste it as a sorbet. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so, sorry.
I'll eat this when I have hands free.
I'll feed you. Here comes the airplane. So, sorry for just saying wow, but basically, what's coming through here is, yeah, the beer flavor is there, but it's the beer, but better, more of the beer coming through. So there's more coconut, there's more coffee, there's more of that malty sweetness. Obviously there would be sugar and stuff in here to make it a sorbet, which is adding to that, but it's kind of like, it's taken this, but just kind of amplified all the best parts of the stout. Now the recommendation from the brewer was to dump a bunch of this sorbet into this. By the way, brewer's name was Ryan, if you want to go check them out. All right, let's dump it in and give it a taste. That's nice. I like that. Yeah,
Give me a sip
it's
of
best
that.
when it's combined. So it's not overpoweringly sweet anymore, but it's just been kind of tightened up a bit, and it's amplifying just the right notes of that coffee and that maltiness and that breadiness.
Solid contender.
The body doesn't matter anymore because there's so much of that ice cream sorbet coming through, so it kind of, the lighter body gets ignored and it just becomes about the flavors. Really like that. Really, really like that. That is a top contender, but the Frappuccino from Garage Project
I think
is
it's
still on
better.
top.
Yeah. Naughty! They're getting
The Marshalls not letting them finish. They got one piece left. That's really, really cool. Dude, you gonna jump on camera? Why not, man? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
If not you, then who? If not now, then when? I actually do follow you guys on Instagram. This is really awesome. We're from Flying Wombat TV, by the way. Give us the story of the combi keg, because it is quite a story.
Well, the combi kegs, we're hiring the combi keg for our event here. We actually brew hard up on the screen.
Love it.
Combi keg has provided us the band for the weekend here at GABS, and it's been absolutely awesome. It just turns out that all their beautiful pastel colouring works in beautifully with our branding.
Yeah.
It really attracts the eye, doesn't
And
it?
I tell you what, the amount of people that have come to ask about the car has been full on all weekend. So it's been pretty
So
cool.
worth the investment for gas.
Absolutely. It's been really good.
There's enough of a combi keg bit of a plug-in. Let's talk about you guys.
Yep.
Give us your story. What's your GABS beer of the night?
Yeah, so GABS beer tonight is our Imperial Peach Sour. So what we try to do is take our regular sour, we've gone peach instead of strawberry rhubarb that everyone knows.
Peach it as in like peated malt.
No, like peach.
Oh, peach,
flavour.
right, okay,
And then we bumped it up to a full 8% alcohol, which you cannot taste in the beer at all. It's
Because it's GABS, it has to be ridiculously boozy.
It's got to be boozy or it's got to be something. So that's the route we went down. We've done really well. It just sold out of a bunch of different beers tonight, so it's been great. It's been a really good event. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, mate, take us through a paddle if you don't mind.
Yeah,
And
no worries.
we've got to add the peach into that, obviously.
I've only got 4 I can give you now, unfortunately.
That's all right. We've come in late and we'll accept it.
Toby is a good lad.
Boo-ha-ha.
Toby is a good lad.
All right, so keen to try these. We've got some classic styles of beer here. So here we've got the West Coast IPA. As he mentioned, we'll cut through to this. Just full balls to the wall, traditional style IPA, the style that made craft beer famous. So, oh, that's so good. That's like what an IPA is meant to. That tastes a lot like the Chat GPT beer. What's the Columbus? The Chat GPT beer was pretty Columbus heavy.
Oh my
No,
god, yeah.
was it Chinook heavy? I can't remember.
It's got similar
Anyway,
body,
It's got
though.
that classic style of resinous, pine, but citrusy flavour coming through. And then I'm guessing there's a lot of caramel in there. There's probably a lot of like carapils and there have to be some kind of Munich or biscuit malt or something to build that body there, because there's definite body to balance all of that. The GABS beer, the double peach sour. That is. So, do you guys want to jump on the camera? quick interview. Yeah? No? Yeah? Sorry?
I don't drink beer though.
That's fine. What are you drinking? Well, actually, what are you drinking?
He is my husband and he's the head brewer of Good Folk Brewing, so you can talk with him if you want.
Oh, nice. We'll have to jump on with him. What's his name?
His name is James Horn. He's going to be famous.
He is going to be famous. And I'm guessing by the end of tonight, very sloppy.
No, well, he's been working for the last 2 days and they were out very late both nights. So this tonight is his night off, just to have fun with his wife and our 2 friends and just like have a good time. So
Nice. At least he gets to enjoy GABS a little bit instead of just being on the job the whole time.
Yeah. But everyone he knows is just giving him free beers all night. So it has the potential to get very sloppy / very fun. Depending on,
It depends how far we go, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, what time are we now? Like 7:30?
That is scary.
The time's flying by.
Yes. Right, so this one was the double peach sour. So the original peach sour was sitting around at 4.5%, kind of a wit beer, Berliner Weiss style base. And for GABS, they ramped it up to over 8%, and that is like it's not fresh peaches. It's like canned peaches. Like the syrup you taste in a can of peaches from the supermarket. That's what that is. It's syrupy and thick and really, really nice. You definitely do not taste 8% in that. That is insanely well hidden. Woo. That's nice. All right. What was this? I can't remember. Was this a red? No, this was the amber.
Oh,
this was
the amber,
All right, so amber, like a traditional amber, not a hop forward, but a malt forward amber ale. Okay, there's a hefty bitterness to that, keeping all the malts in check. But the malts that come through, it's not caramel. It's more like a I know it sounds like the same thing, but it's more like a caramelized sugar rather than straight up caramel. It's like kind of more robust, a little more sticky sweet as opposed to just being like sugary sweet. And then at the finish, it's kind of like raisins is what I want to say. Like sultanas or raisins, like kind of salty, kind of sticky. Lastly, classic IPA. Nice. What I would say is it is very similar to this, but leaning more towards citrus and fruit salad character and way less malt base. If I had to pick between the two, my favorite's the West Coast. The West Coast just has that weight to it that brings everything else into check. Really, really like that. Anyway, I've waffled on for long enough. This is going to be a long video. To the next one. We've been told by James that this is the place to be.
Yeah, the pancake stout.
He doesn't do thing by halves, does he? 9%. That's a whopper. Even by GABS standards, that's high. Ooh. We're approaching tawny stout territory there. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, so we've got to do it with a bacon crisp and a Biscoff, don't we?
Yeah, two separate.
All right.
Two separate times, two different experiences. So you do one first, then you try the other.
Beautiful. All right, we'll do it. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, 6 drinks, mate. What are you keen for?
I'm keen for some real hefty, weighty, barrel-aged stuff.
Keen for barrels.
I mean, we're seeing barrels right here.
Yeah.
You guys on the channel will know that we're a big fan of barrels. I'm keen for some barrels. Mick Kelty, nice to meet you.
Hey mate, how you doing? Brent. Six String Brewing, obviously.
Beautiful. And I did have a chat with Jared yesterday off camera about the whole process behind these barrels. They came from Tasmania.
100%.
A lot of aging, a lot of single malts going into it, coming through on the stouts. But I'd love to hear your take on the whole story.
Mate, absolutely. So, obviously coming from the Central Coast, Jared's our senior brewer. He loves all the detail. He's very, very good at that. What we're really proud of the way our brew, the whiskey stout works. Basically, the ability to have a really nice imperial stout, barrel it for 4 months in the whiskey barrels, get the flavours infused, then utilise one of our Nordic stouts, distill that, bring that in, infuse that with the beer as well to create a beer that we're so proud of. I think it's one of those really unique beers that infuses. It's more of a whiskey beer versus a beer whiskey, and it really comes through as a really favorite. It's been a crowd favourite the whole time as well, so we're really proud of it.
Really love what Jared said yesterday was that for GABS, a lot of beers are like really whack stuff that you're just never going to make any other time. But what he loved and was so proud about this one was that it was a unique beer that's outside of the mainstream, but it wasn't just a gimmick. It was truly a craft of love.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things. Like the whole brewing team, you know, Jared and Kyle and Simon and Adam and the team. We don't do gimmicks. We really want to stay true to the true process of the beers and stay true to the types of beers that we do. We don't get into the gimmicks. We really like to make a beer that we're really proud of and we're really proud for people to taste. And I think that's one of the things that really stands out. It's a little bit different from our beers from some of the others around here, and it's something it's been working well. People are loving it.
Yeah, and I can attest, I had it last night. It was sensational. It's definitely not the kind of beer that you can have many of.
Not at a shop set. Like we'll normally sell it, like when if you come back to our brewery, you'll actually be doing it in a 750ml champagne bottle, basically.
Oh, fantastic.
So it actually comes in a 750ml bottle, so it is something to be shared, something to sit down over dinner with and a barbecue with some friends. It's absolutely a share and a true beer lover's beer.
And here's a really unique part with barrel-aged beers or like barrel-aged liquors in general that are not spirits, is that like a wine, they will continue to mature with the tannins that are infused over time. So this one is a 2023 batch?
That's exactly right. It's literally made specifically for this, so it came out literally only a few days before GABS, so it is still fresh. It will keep on maturing. It'll keep on evolving in flavour. It'll keep on maturing basically. And it won't necessarily increase in ABV too much, but the flavour profiles will keep on
It'll just
evolving.
keep changing and evolving.
It'll
Are you
keep
guys
evolving
planning to?
and flavor-rated,
Are you guys planning to sell any of this that you don't release so that you can see that evolution?
Oh, absolutely. So the stuff we've literally held till GABS. We've now got those glass 750ml bottles that we'll keep on selling now. They won't take too long before they're all gone, but we'll actually, I think we know about 400 bottles or something like that left over outside. So once those 400 bottles are gone, it's gone.
And that's a hint to all of you out there to get on it before it is gone.
It's enjoy it while it lasts. All of our beers will only do for 1 month as a seasonal. Once it's gone, it's gone. Very rarely do we bring it back. Apart from something like the double dark, we've always got to keep on bring something like that back.
And I assume there's got to be a couple of those ones going into the cellar that are just for the brewers and the people that work there, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. One of the perks.
Let's go again.
Agree.
Fantastic. All right. Well, would love to get a paddle of some of this stuff and go through the whole flight again.
100%. We'll give you the whole rundown.
We're ready. Okay, so Six String has given us a awesome lineup, going from the lightest to heaviest and richest, essentially. So here we basically got a regular pale ale going into a tropical pale ale, going into their most famous beer, their dark red IPA, and this is the big brother of the same beer, the double dark red IPA. Heading on to just essentially a stout, an Irish style dry stout, and lastly, the specialty GABS beer of the night, a barrel-aged imperial stout. So this one is, yes, it's a GABS beer, but it's really just a beer of love and quality and craft. So this has spent 4 months inside a single malt barrel from a whiskey. I've forgotten the name. We'll put it up here. But yeah, spent a lot of time in an ex single malt whiskey barrel. I'm sorry, it's been a long night, guys. Anyway, it's coming through with a massive punch of extremely complex flavors. So when you first taste it, you get that initial sweetness that you get from a stout, which very quickly goes into the dryness of like an oaky wood, and then it just explodes with all these berries and fresh fruits, like oh man, like Shiraz flavors, kind of like red berries, like raspberries and blueberries and plums, all come bursting out of the palate, like not what you would expect from something that is woody. It's extremely fruity and almost sour to an extent. Very, very cool. Do we want to go through all the flavouring notes of all of these?
So they're just quality beers all around.
Quality beers all around.
I mean, the highlight is Imperial Stout. What do you rate it? What do you rate it? Out of all the beers tonight, the best?
It is way up there. I think as far as a well-crafted, well-cared-for quality beer goes, it has to be the best. There's so much time and love and dedication that goes into a barrel-aged beer, and that is special. Coming in very close second and third would be the Garage Project Frappuccino, like just a crazy GABS beer. And then Good Folks Brewery for their Biscoff Imperial Sour Stout thing. I can't remember for the life of me what it is right now, but it was sensational. And then, yeah, you try that with Biscoff and like bacon bits and stuff. Amazing. Anyway, way up there. So far, best crafted beer of the night, the Barrel Aged Stout.
How are we hanging, mate?
Coughing my lungs out. No, we're going well. So we've spoken to a lot of brewers tonight, and a lot of people behind the scenes of beer, outside of brewers, like the people that are inside the business side of it, the marketing side of it, and just front end, point of sales. It's been a ton of fun. A lot of different perspectives. We even spoken to a brewer's wife, which is incredibly insightful. Yeah. Now we're going to go overhead to get some Boba beer, which is apparently bubble tea beer, not like Garage Project, like it's like actual like bubble tea, but beer. Apparently. We're told about it, now we're going to go try it. Hello, mate. Are you the dad behind Dad and Dave?
No, he went home, he was looking like a crab.
Oh, okay, fair enough, because I've actually met Dave himself.
Yeah, he was here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I bought one of his ex-fermenters off him a little while ago. Yeah. Which has been put to excellent use. But I just did want to ask, sorry, we're doing a YouTube video. Would you mind being on camera?
Sure, do you want me to just get these two young men?
Why not? Would love for you to talk us through the beers here tonight, obviously, but we have to talk about Boba beer. What's the inspiration? What are the flavour profiles? What are we looking at?
Beautiful. So what the Boba beer is, is it is a Berliner Weiss, it is a grapefruit syrup, we've got jasmine tea that's been dry hopped. Then what we do is we actually serve it with some proper Boba beans.
We're doing it the real way. I love it. I love it.
We've got to put a lot of love into this because it is absolutely delicious.
I'm guessing after Gabs, this thing goes extinct.
No, well, we've made a little bit of stock of it.
Oh, okay, so
So
we're actually going to be able to find this on tap for a few weeks after.
Yeah, at the brewery, we'll have it on tap
Awesome.
for a month or so, maybe a bit longer. Got a few cases as well.
I want to
so
have a sip.
It's going very, very
Get in
well.
there.
It's not fair if only the cameraman gets one.
Oh, that's nice.
It is
It's nice.
That's actually
absolutely
good.
delicious.
Yeah,
now
that's
what
absolutely-
we've got here is our no-brainer as well. It's our non-alcoholic lager.
And I didn't ask about this because brewing low or no alcohol beers is incredibly difficult.
That it
Arguably
is.
much more difficult than just brewing a regular beer.
100%.
So how, I guess, in the short story, how did we go about making this one?
So basically, it takes twice as long as tank. It uses twice as much as ingredients. We had to upgrade and buy a great big filter that we now use on an entire range. And it just is a really good, clean, crisp, no-brainer lager. It's bloody delicious.
That's what, twice as many ingredients to make a less alcoholic beer.
Correct.
That's nuts.
It doesn't seem right, but it's 100% right.
That's awesome.
Then what
good.
we've got over here is we've got our Citra Mosaic. It's a true West Coaster. Two of Dave's favourite hops, Citra and Mosaic. Just big, beautiful, resinous style beer. Loads of guava notes kicking through. And look, at Gabs, everyone needs a hazy.
Yeah.
And we've got a ripping little 5%er.
Love it. And I love that it's a 5%er and not knocking yourself at like 9.5. You need something normal.
We like people to walk.
Yeah.
We do like people to walk. This time of night, not
Yeah.
everyone's walking.
Let's grab a paddle. Let's grab a paddle.
Yeah, let's do the paddle. We'll do the paddle of all the rest.
No problem at all.
So have you had much of a chance to walk around and try any of the other beers around here?
Yesterday we were up and floating around and having a great time.
And personally for you, excluding obviously the favourites over here at Dad and Dave's,
Oh, absolutely.
what was your favourite from the rest of the brewers around here?
Oh, look, that's a curly one because we've been so much amazing beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
That's
amazing
quality.
things in so many different styles. Like we've had a bubblegum sour, we've had some crazy different oaks and porters, and
Yeah.
we had some ice cream, lactose deliciousness. Brilliant. It's all been good.
Cheers.
I love it.
Thank you,
Thank you
man.
so much, man. What was your name again?
I'm Brenton.
Brenton McKelty. Nice to meet you, mate.
Have a good night.
Thank you, thank you. Dad and Dave, so apologies guys if you can't hear me very well. The band is now going off in the background. So here we have this specialty Gabs beer of the night. It's a bubble tea. So similar to the bubble tea done by Garage Project, except this one is like the kind of original bubble tea sort of flavors. Jasmine as the tea base, so it's like really dry and floral and kind of sweet on the finish. But the beer itself is like a Berliner Weiss sour, and it's sitting at 6%. So it's a boozy sour. But there's like actually like the Black Pearl Bobas going on in there. That's awesome.
That's sick. We're still hanging on, man. Oh. You want to go over?
I'm having a great time.
Gotta love it. Bogan fuel.
Duffus. 1000.
Does this remind you of the street machine?
This reminds me of the country, the Australian Bogan country.
Let's plug Candos street machine.
This is where you get the plug Candos Fairways Motel, the best place to stay during the street machine.
Hey.
Tire changes.
It is freaking. Is that like a legitimate one of the race cars?
Yeah. This thing can go 300 kilometers an hour.
That is
around
sick.
Mount Panorama.
That is so good.
And actually,
Dude, that's a driver right there.
I wish it.
I wish I was the driver. I mean, professional.
So how are you feeling about your chances going to Panorama next year?
Oh, look, it's a race. You never know what's going to happen 2 laps out. You just got to be there for the final bit.
And you feel like starting on the slicks, you're going for the softs, going for the hards. What's your strategy?
We know the rain's coming. We're just going to go out there on slicks. We're going to play it by ear. But, you know, first 2 laps in the rain, it's everyone's game.
I love it. And what's your role in all of this, dude?
I'm one of the co-owners.
Love it. Okay, so
Stupidity.
Bougainville, is the jumpsuit your idea? Whose idea was it?
This is what happens when you let me get out of control and surround yourself with a bunch of yes men.
Yeah.
What if we got an actual race car? And they're like, yeah, sure, that'll work. Then we'll get race suits. Shit, it actually worked.
I love it. So you basically with someone that loves like dumb shit, and you've given them adult money.
Right, that's the At one point, my wife's the no woman.
Yeah.
Luckily, and she's the head brewer and the other co-owner. But luckily, she wasn't there that day.
Just snuck in under the radar.
Oh yeah, I did. She's gonna be very happy when I come home with this and put it up on the wall.
All right, so as one of the co-owners then, of all the weird shit you guys have going on tonight, what's your personal favorite?
Out of all these guys here, aside from the fact this just won Australia's Best Pale Ale at the Global Awards,
Can't go wrong with an award-winning beer.
Can't go wrong. Massive night, that one. Double gin and tonic sour. We've got a local gin distillery that just won some of the best whiskies in the world.
Yeah.
So we're really lucky in Bathurst, but we got there, spent botanicals, grabbed a bunch of citrus, got some cinchona bark, really put all that in a really nice, basic double sour base. It tastes nothing like a gin and tonic. Instead, it is citrusy, it is botanically, and it is
Where did all those
refreshing.
botanicals go? Was that in fermentation?
So during, where was it? We put them in the kettle.
Oh, okay.
So we
Love
put them
it.
in the kettle. We put another lot in the whirlpool.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But then we did another whole bunch of hop stocks straight into the fermentation.
Okay, so we've got like every stage of the brewing process.
Every stage we threw them in. So it was full of juniper, full of coriander, full of... God, I can't even remember the spice.
It's been a very long weekend, you are forgiven.
I love my gin and tonics, and I was really excited for this to taste like a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And the flavours came out, when it's a sour beer base, it just came out a totally different set of flavours.
Yeah.
But insanely refreshing. Like, holy crap.
So that's the wild part. You throw stuff in that before fermentation, this is what that tastes like. After fermentation, totally different character.
There's a lot of things you have no idea what it's going to be. Like, obviously, the brewers, they're brewing. There's a lot of things they know exactly what it's going to be. But then there's ones like that where you're playing around. It's a one-off. It's a specialty. You've never done it. They've never done it. You just see what happens. And these, God, they
and you're playing with it on a very large scale because it is commercial, and you're just going, well, there's a lot of dollars going into this, and this better work out.
5 years ago, it was a 20-litre grain father. It's like, oh, that's shit.
Yeah.
Right down the drain. It's like, well, we've got 2,600 litres. We're drinking it.
Yeah.
We're not throwing that
Well,
out.
I guess that's when you go balls to the wall. You're like, guys, this better work. Otherwise, this is the drinks of the office Christmas party.
The whole reason we've got all this is we're brewing on the grain father. We're doing these pilots. We're like, guys, you are nailing it every time. Every time. We're not doing these 20-litre brews anymore. Back yourselves and do it. And they have not gotten one wrong.
And then the day will come where something atrocious comes out and you go, all right, that's for you to drink. I love it.
I'll do my part.
Mate, I absolutely love it. We're going to get stuck into these, but aside from the wacky stuff that you guys have brought to the table tonight, have you had much of a chance to walk around and try some of the other things going on?
It's been pretty busy here, but we've all had a little chance to do a little run around, try. There's a lot of barrel-aged beers here, and God, I love my barrel-aged beers.
Okay.
So,
You strike me as a bit of a whiskey man.
I love my whiskey, even more than I love my gin.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been some beautiful grapes.
So nothing but the top shelf 10%er Imperial Russian stouts in the barrel for 4 months.
And it's tomorrow's problem.
Yeah, that is absolutely.
Tomorrow.
I love that. This is my man right here. Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
What was your name again?
Jared.
Nice to meet you, and we'll get you guys a plug on the channel.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Okay, talking briefly about this beer right here, Reckless Brewing. We'll do a whole other video on this, but they brewed a G&T infused sour. So there was botanicals thrown into the mash into the boil and then into the dry hop edition, and it tastes ridiculously like somewhere between a G&T and an actual sour. It's kind of nuts. But we actually need to head off to the closing ceremonies at GABS, so come along, let's go.
It's good. It's good.
It's good. I don't know what it is, but it's good.
Is that alright, mate?
Oh, not a bad night.
Yeah, not about.
You know what? Tonight is tomorrow's problem, quite frankly.
Let's give it up!
All right, that's a wrap for GABS 2023. So we've had a bunch of amazing chats with amazing people, with brewers, with people at the bar taps, with people behind the marketing, and even the owners behind different breweries. But what has been so awesome is the fact that everyone's been so open to talk about their craft, their dedication to beer, and their ability to just share their imagination and their ingenuity with the world around the amazing craft of beer. So join us next time for our next video, and we can't wait to be back for GABS 2024.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Brew on, eh?
Brew on!